Okay, welcome. We're going to open up Sketchup for Schools. So you'll find that in your Google Apps. Scroll all the way down. There is Sketchup for Schools. We open that. We're going to start drawing our tongue drum. So somewhere along the way, I'm going to share this image to you. This is what we're going to draw in SketchUp. We're going to change the design of the tongues, something a little less complicated than that, but this gives us our sizes. You can notice there's a change to a size here, and all the other sizes are listed there. So when we're drawing this, well, firstly you want to examine your drawing and try and work out which is going to be the easiest part or best part to draw first. This part is drawn at angles. That's slightly complicated because we don't know those angles yet. Those angles will be determined by this piece. So therefore this piece will be the piece to start drawing. And notice it's narrow at the top, wider at the bottom, and we've got a height there. The height doesn't change. So when we start drawing this, we're going to start by drawing a 200 by 125 millimeter rectangle, and then we'll draw in this. All right, back to the SketchUp for Schools tab. Looks like it's just opened. You should have in the past created a drawing template, so let's open that. The first thing I'll ask you to do is do a save as and name it. Tongue drum or something similar. Click OK. It's probably going to ask you whereabouts on Google Drive to save. Yes, it will. So navigate to your folder, your woodwork folder, where you save your CAD drawings. Mine's in a different place to yours, so I'm going to put mine in this folder, this tongue drum folder. Now, don't double click to open the folder because it'll blank out the select. You've actually got to go back a step and simply click once on the folder that you want and then click select. That's a bit of a weird way this save box works. So don't open the folder. Just select the folder that you want to save it into. Click select, it's doing its thing. There you go. It's saving. It's now named as tongue drum. So let's start off by drawing that end piece. So it's rectangle. So we're going to look for the rectangle tool, and there it is there. Now we want to draw a vertical rectangle, and in SketchUp, remember you click once, and then we type our sizes. Our dimensions down here change. But before you type any sizes, we need to get this, at the moment that's laying flat. We need this on one of the vertical planes. So I think if I hit the left arrow, which is the green axis, there we go, that's what we want. The box to be green. So have a look at which size, the large size first, well the small size, so it's going to be 200, 125. And that's very big. So let's zoom it back so we can see it. Hold down Shift middle mouse button to drag it across. Alright, we need to draw in next. I'm going to go back to the, we need to draw in our lines that give us the angles. I just need to flip back to my drawing. It's 135 across the top. So we need to do a little bit of maths. So I'm going to bring out the calculator. Calculator, there it is. The calculator app. You need to go 200 minus 135, press the equals button, and we're going to divide that size by 2. 32.5, we're going to remember that. Click back to SketchUp, 32.5. We're going to use the tape measure tool now. There it is there, tape measure tool, and simply click on the edge. Make sure it says on edge before you click, and you get the little red box. Click once. Let's move the cursor across and we'll type 32.5. Press enter. We're going to do the same from this side, on the edge, 32.5, enter. Now we want the line tool. There it is there, line tool. The line starts in the bottom corner, so click once and then find the intersection. Make sure you get the little red X on the intersection. That's important. And the tooltip should say intersection. Make sure you find that before you click. Let's do the same on this side. Click, intersection, click. We're going to use the eraser now to get rid of some of these extra lines. So we don't need that line or that line, and we don't need this dotted line anymore. Let's get rid of those. There's our shape. Push-pull tool is next. We need to give our shape some depth. There's the push-pull tool. Click once on the surface. Let's move it this way. Don't click again, but simply type 12. It's 12 millimeters thick. Press enter. We've set our thickness there. We're going to go back to the tape measure tool. We've got some rebates to cut out of here. These rebates need to cut out of here. It doesn't say it on here, but those rebates are 8 millimeters deep. So let's go back to Sketchup for tools. Sketchup for schools, not Sketchup for tools. Alright, tape measure tool. Again, we're going to start on this edge. Make sure we're on the edge. Click once. Let's move the cursor across and 12 millimeters across. So I type 12, press enter. Let's do the same on this side. Yeah, that looks right. 12, press enter. That's set that in the correct place. We're going to go back to our line tool and we're going to do a solid line from intersection to intersection. We need to draw these lines because it will determine where that rebate joint will go. So I've gone back to the eraser tool. Let's get rid of those now. We don't need those anymore. Push-pull tool. Oh yes, there it is. Now this little rebate, we're going to move not this way, we're going to move in this way. So just move it in the direction you want to go. Let go of the mouse, then type 8, enter. This side, we can do exactly the same thing. I'll show you this other neat trick. If I click that, then put my cursor on that face, make sure it says on face, or even on edge is okay, and click, that will set this rebate at exactly the same size. If I press the space button, it does the same as going back to the select tool. So we are going to select all of this. So there's two ways we can do that. I can drag a box around everything, that selects everything, or let me click in a blank space, or sometimes it's better, sometimes you can't drag a box because it'll select other items. Sometimes it's better to do a triple click. So it's 1, 2, 3, and it selects everything. If you click too slowly, just click out and try again. Oh, I only double click that time, that's 3 clicks. So everything's selected and we've got blue outline around everything. That's important. If I only did a double click, it's only blue outlining on the surface. That's a mistake. Make sure the whole thing is selected. Right click and go make component. This is one of our ends, so we're just going to type end. Press enter. I know that's a component now because it puts that bounding box around it. Alright, let's set a material to this. So over in the materials box, click the browse button and look for the wood ones and find one that you like. Click to select it and then click on your component. It'll set that material to that component. Now the trouble with this is, as you can probably see, that does not look anything like timber. So what I like to do, we need to go back to our home button to do this. And there's the one we just used, so it's down the bottom there. So let's click to select that. Now we get this edit material box option. So let's click that and texture, and we're going to we're going to download a texture from the internet. So we'll click that button, and it says choose an image, drag or drop or select from your computer. So I'm going to open a new tab, and let's just simply search for timber texture. I'll open images. Now find one that you like the look of. For me, it seems to work best if you choose one with the grain running horizontally rather than a vertical grain. So simply find a texture that you like the look of and we will download it. So I'm going to go light color. Yeah. There it is there. So I'll right click and save image as. I'm going to save it to my desktop. Just remember the name, it's called iStock Photo. And I will save. I'll go back to SketchUp. I'm just going to restore, press that square button to make my window smaller, or I could drag the edges to do that. There it is there. There's the texture that I just downloaded. I'm going to drag that into that box. I can maximize my screen now, and I'm going to click Use Image. And still doesn't quite look right. So it looks good here, but it doesn't look good here. And the reason is because it's got a width of 2441.58. So I'm going to change that. So let's just delete that. So instead of 2000, it now says 244. I'll press enter, and that looks so much better. I've got the wood grain. It looks like that came up with an iStock icon there. So that's basically it. We can colorize this, so I can change the color by selecting somewhere on here or dragging and dropping, and it'll keep that wood grain, but it changes the color. Give it a name, give it your own name, ML1 I'll call that, and click done. Alright, we can close that by clicking the X, and there we go. That's our first part. The next video we will do one of the sides. Make sure you always click save. That's it for this video. We'll see you in the next video.